Good morning. Happy Monday, Hope Church family, friends. Today is the second day of the week, if you count Sunday as the first day. I'm so glad to have you with me today. We are going to continue reading in the Live Dead journals for the Burning Daylight. Whether you're up this morning or taking a lunch break, whatever time of day that you set aside to read the Word and to know what God has for you. I'm going to go ahead and start with the devotional. It is called The Unpopular Jesus. And I'm only going to read a couple of the excerpts today, but if you would like to go back and read on your own time, there's going to be Psalm 14, the whole chapter, Isaiah 1 through 3, chapters 1 through 3. I'm going to read a little bit of John 7 today, and then there's Revelation chapter 15. First, we're going to start with the devotional. So if you have your devotional book, the Live Dead Joy book, go ahead and pull that out, and you can make your own notes and markups on the book. When Jesus has been universally liked, he has been misunderstood. The Muslim Jesus, the secular Jesus, the liberal Jesus look little like the historical Jesus. Jesus the hated. The people hated Jesus because he testified that their works were evil. Reference John chapter 7, verse 7. In today's world, he would be cascaded for pointing out the evils of society. Jesus spoke boldly and clearly the uncompromised doctrine of the Father. Because he pointed out the evils of society when it was unpopular to do this, people considered him a hater. To be like Jesus is to speak out against evil and to be hated. Striving to be liked and respected by the world, whether our own culture or the culture we are trying to evangelize, is errant. If we would be like Jesus. Jesus the demonized. When Jesus spoke against sin, the people complained. They were perturbed enough to make a shocking accusation. You have a demon. Jesus' ministry was revolutionary to the point that some thought of him as wicked. We are warned in Scripture that something is amiss when all people speak well of us. Yet our hearts crave to be admired. To be like Jesus is to be so contrary to conventional wisdom that people may think that we are evil. Jesus the divider. There was a division among the people because of him in John chapter 7 verse 43. We mistakenly think that Jesus always unites people. The reality is that Jesus constantly divides people. Because he is truth, and because truth is unyielding and must conquer, those who submit to truth unite with Jesus, and those who resist truth unite against him. Unity is a noble goal, but not at the expense of truth. The reality of Jesus is that division follows in his wake. We are not used to thinking of him in those terms, but if we are to be like Jesus, we too will be divisive when it comes to truth. It is a false expectation to think that all people can be united. The historical and present Jesus is not the non-offensive people pleaser that many reduce him to. Those who diminish him in this way resent his divine right to rule and to define truth. They are not his friends. They are rebels with gilded tongues. We must reconcile ourselves to the reality that to follow Jesus means that we, too, must speak out against evil, be hated, be thought demonic, and be polarizing. Any other expectation is wayward. Some tough truth this morning. All right, and like I promised, I will read a little bit of John chapter 7. So if you want to take a moment to turn there with me, again, you can make notes on your own. I encourage you to make notes, take these words and make them, and hear what it is that God has for you today, specifically for you. So starting chapter 7, verse 1, Jesus at the Feast of Booths. After this, Jesus went about in Galilee, He would not go into Judea because the Jews were seeking to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of booths was at hand. So his brothers said to him, "Leave here, go to Judea, and your disciples also may see the works you're doing. For no one works in secret if he seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world." For not even his brothers believed in him. Jesus said to them, "My time has not yet come, but your time is always here. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify about it that its works are evil. You go up to the feast, and I am going up to this feast, for my time has not yet fully come." After saying this, he remained in Galilee. But after his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he also went up, not publicly, but in private. The Jews were looking for him at the feast and saying, "Where is he?" And there was much muttering about him among the people. While some said, "He is a good man," others said, "No, he is leading the people astray." Yet for fear of the Jews, no one spoke openly about him. About the middle of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and began teaching. The Jews therefore marveled, saying, "How is it that this man has learning when he has never studied?" So Jesus answered them, "My teaching is not mine, but is he who sent me. If anyone's will is to do God's will, he will know whether the teaching is from God or whether I'm speaking on my own authority. The one who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory. But the one who seeks the glory of him who sent him is true, and in him there is no falsehood. Has not Moses given you the law? Yet none of you keep the law. Why do you seek to kill me?" The crowd answered. "You have a demon. Who is willing to kill you?" Jesus answered them, "I did one work, and you all marvel at it. Moses gave you circumcision, not that it is from Moses, but from the fathers, and you circumcise a man on the Sabbath. If on the Sabbath a man receives circumcision, so that the law of Moses may not be broken, are you angry with me because on the Sabbath I made a man's body whole and well? Do not judge by appearance, but judge with right judgment." And you can read the rest of chapter 7 to learn more about the officers arresting Jesus. There's always so much action and adventure in the Bible, so I definitely encourage you to continue reading. One thing that I did want to share was this scripture reference, John chapter 7, verse 38. "Whoever believes in me, as the scripture has said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water." And I just pray that these words that are spoken to you today, that they become living water in your life, and that you can share those with those in your family, those at work, to help bring encouragement and love that Jesus has shared with you to them this week. We love you. We hope you have a blessed day, and we will see you tomorrow on Burning Daylight.